Episode 5, Seneca de Vita Beata. Decernatur itaque et quotendamus et qua, non sine per rito aliquo qui explorata sint ea in quae procedimus. Quoniam quidem non eadem hic quae in ceteris peregrinationibus condicio est. In illis comprensus aliquis limes et interdrogati incolae non patiuntur erdrardre, ad hic tritissima quaeque via et celeberdrima maxime decipit. Previously, Seneca was talking about the via, the road that leads to virtue, to the happy life, I should say. And so, let it be discerned, he says, both et quo et qua, both in which way we are heading, and how. It must be discerned, decernatur, here as an independent subjunctive, its third singular, present, subjunctive, and passive, and it would be called a usive subjunctive, a sort of polite command, third-person singular. Let it be discerned whither we are headed, in which direction, and how, not without per rito aliquo, someone who is experienced. This is an adjective, peritus, an experienced person to whom, and now we're going to get a modification of this someone, to whom those things, ea, into which we are heading, in quae procedimus, they are familiar, they have been explored, explorata sint. Because, he says, quoniam, in fact, condicio, there's our subject, it is not the same here, and because we see right now that eadem is feminine singular and nominative, the expectation within us is raised for a feminine singular nominative noun, and that expectation is met with condicio right before the end of the colon. It is not the same here, which, or as, in other sorts of journeys, pilgrimages, in ceteris peregrinationibus. The condition is not, the status is not, the circumstance. In those, comprensus aliquis limes. In other kinds of journeys, in other words, peregrinationibus, there is a certain limes, or a track. A certain track, comprensus, has been discovered, we might say. This is a difficult word to translate with limes, but the path or the track has been found out. It has been grasped in the sense of understood. And the incolae interdrogati, the people who live there, the natives, the inhabitants, those who live there, when they are asked interrogati, notice that incola here is a first declension masculine, and it is modified then by this masculine, plural, and nominative adjective, this participle interrogo, to ask someone, interrogo, I mean to say. And the inhabitants, when they have been asked, do not allow, non patiuntur, us, to go astray, to wander. Patiuntur is a deponent verb of the third conjugation, patior, to suffer, permit, allow, and erdrardra here is the infinitive, and we probably want to understand an implicit nos. They don't allow us to go off the path because there is aliquis limes in those pilgrimages. But here, he says, ad hic, and that picks up on the hic up here, each path that is the most well-worn, and this is from tarot, like conturetur of the previous episode, and most frequented, especially misleads us. You can't trust just anyone to find the happy life. You have to trust the experienced person, per rito aliquo.